Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another Voices of the Festival. I hope you're doing well. I'm here today in El Paso, Texas, and I'm very happy to welcome Lauren Jelencovich. Let me invite her. Lauren. And there you go. And she should get it soon. There she is. Hello.
Hello!
Look at you, how perfectly lit.
Oh
And
my gosh, you're so sweet. I love you.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I think I have too much light in front of me.
No,
In the back. That's okay. It's okay. It's close enough.
perfect.
Yeah. All
Oh
right. How you
my
doing?
gosh, I am so excited. I've been looking forward to this for a month.
I I know. Let's tell the people what happened. So we were planning to doing this the first time right after your our gala,
hmm
and but we were too busy with the gala, so we decided no, let's just skip it. Let's do it the following week, but I forgot that the following week I had already scheduled Toby, our chairman of the board,
Love
and
Toby.
and so I said, oh, let's move it, and so we had to move it yet another time. So this time I say, can you do it? And then she said yes. So here we are. Perfect.
I know. I'm so excited.
How are you doing? Where are you right now?
I'm in New York City for
Perfect.
once. No,
I know, right?
I'm
I mean,
inside
for
my.
for us to both, I mean, we are allegedly we both live in New York City, but for us to both there, it just almost never happens,
You
right?
actually don't live very far away from me. Like
Where are you now? Where
I'm
are
up
you?
I'm up in Washington Heights. I'm a little like 20 blocks north of you, I think.
Okay, right
Yeah,
there. That's true. Hold
literally
on,
right there.
hold on. I'm going to get a better light that because I think
I'm
yours is just too
gonna
perfect.
say hi to people. Oh, buenos dias, Argentina. Hello, Rhinebeck Insider. I saw you guys are there. How's it going, friends? Oh, Orchid Gold. Hey. Mario, nice to meet you. Hello. Oh my gosh, where do we have everybody tuning in from? Yes, look at this. Hi. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Oh my gosh, Rhinebeck Insider, I love you. I think you're amazing. Uh, oh my gosh, we have so many peeps. So many peeps are here. The real Mark. I owe you a text message. I'm back. I just got back to Wi-Fi. Hey, Lubbock, Texas. Oh my gosh. I just was talking to a bunch of people from Texas. Hey, Virginia. Nice. Oh my gosh. Emery and Ashley. Hey. New Hampshire. Joan C. What's up? Oh, I knew that was you. Oh my gosh. Really. Just all I want to do is move to Rhinebeck, really. Then we can be besties. That would be so fun. I'm just chatting away with everybody that's
I
here.
know, I love it. I
We got
love it to
lots of
say hello to everything.
peeps.
So you say that there's a lot of people in Texas watching?
There's somebody from Texas. We got somebody from upstate New York. We've got somebody from Argentina.
Argentina.
I
Wow.
know. We got people from all over Virginia,
Alexander from
Venice.
Brazil. Oh my God, someone from Venice, Italy. Great.
Yes, look at that. See? Oh my gosh, I will let you know. Mark is my student. He's amazing. So it's fun to see everybody here.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Germany. Wow.
Oh, and you have Mary. Oh my gosh, she's a fabulous voice teacher. Oh my gosh, she teaches Sierra Bogus and all those amazing stars on Broadway. I love your work, Mary. You're amazing. So,
Excellent. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and we're going to have time. I did a posting in Facebook announcing this, and I said, you should watch it because it's going to brighten your day. Because whenever Mario from Argentina, hi, whenever you are with Lauren, you feel happy.
I love you. You're the
And
best.
you know, we know from we were talking about, we know, no, we're not going to say from which year, but we know each other from a long time.
I've, I've
I used
I've
to
known you
be,
for most of my life.
wow, that's true, that's true.
Most of
By
my life.
now it is true. And I know almost for kind of half of my life too. So, and we started, the first time we worked actually was in a voice experience in Orlando.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago.
Quite a bit, maybe. And then and then we start working at Manhattan, and where you do your schooling. But let's go back to a little before. So where are you from originally?
I was born in Texas.
No way, where?
In Houston, Texas.
I didn't know you were a Texan girl.
I know. Once born a Texan, always a Texan. But I was only there for a couple of years, and then
But you know, I'm right here in Texas.
I was gonna say, where are you?
I am in El Paso.
I love El Paso.
It is beautiful. I actually I didn't expect to be so many mountains here. So it's
oh my
like,
gosh,
all right,
stunning.
Mountain.
Love
It's
it
gorgeous,
there.
and the weather and the sunny, it's just really great.
Yeah.
So here in El Paso, I'm doing Traviata with El Paso Opera.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
fun
I want
stuff.
to come and see you.
Yeah, please. It's the opening night is on June 3rd. Saturday.
Okay, June 3rd. All the people in Texas, go.
And everyone near El Paso. I mean, I once don't realize how big the state is. I was talking to someone from here, from El Paso, and he used to study in Chicago, and he said on his drive from El Paso to Chicago, he will stop in Dallas because I was halfway.
Oh my gosh, okay. Wow.
Right? So you will think, well, Texas and then Chicago is over there, but from El Paso to Dallas is as far as from Dallas to Chicago, which is, whoa. Wow. I didn't realize. It's really, really impressive. Anyway, so yeah, I'm here in Texas, in your hometown.
Oh you're in my home state.
And so you started in Houston, and where did you go? Houston. Oh, by the way, yeah.
And then we lived in.
I mean.
Oh yeah. See, okay. I just have a Starbucks mug from
That's
New York.
Good. That's good. Then.
Look, it's making you miss home.
Exactly. Oh.
Then we moved to California. We lived in Pasadena for a couple of years.
Okay.
But I was really young, and then we moved to Florida when I was about 5. So I grew up in Florida, but was there for 13 years, right? I think I was 13 years. And then, and then I moved to New York. So I've been in New York City for most of my life.
Where in Florida?
I was in West Palm Beach, Florida, in a little town called Wellington.
Nice.
Yeah. But now it's not so little, because when we moved there, it was all dirt roads, and there was like nothing there. I know. And now, and then it kind of got built up and whatnot.
I mean, West Palm Beach is such a nice place, and everywhere there is like sought after. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that's where I met Cesar Ulloa.
Right. Okay.
When I was in high school. And then my first like introduction to like opera was in Palm Beach, at Palm Beach Opera.
Great. So, how was your first opera experience?
It was great. I think I saw Madame Butterfly.
Right.
That's what I saw. It was a gazillion years ago. Well, that's what I remember. And then I did Palm Beach Opera did a swing and sing summer camp. And so that was golf and opera.
Okay.
Which was fun. I mean, it kind of was like, that's where it kind of started. It was all when I was a kid growing up there, you know. I took part in like, you know, choir and stuff at school. And
how did you end up with voice experience?
So that was, I
don't think Cesar was teaching for us then.
No. Well, he had been a part of the International Vocal Arts Institute, the IVAI. And I was at IVAI in Montreal, and that's where I met Cheryl and Maria. And then it was that summer, and they were like, you should come to Voice Experience in Disney. And I was like, oh my gosh, sign me up. How do I go? Let's go. And I went, and that same summer they were like, just come. And I was like, all right, I'll be there.
Great. And then that's how we met. And and because you studied with Trish and Mark in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And
So
I was
you
the one
met them
that had
there.
a coach
Oh, wow.
in Manhattan School of
Oh,
Music. I had to have.
Nama says hello from Tel Aviv.
Hey,
Actually,
Tel
no,
Aviv.
she's in Williamsburg right now, but she knows you from Tel Aviv.
Oh yes,
Anyway.
I know. I know. I know. Manishma. That's all I
All right. Yeah.
know.
Alexander asks, have you ever been to Brazil?
Yes, I've been to Brazil multiple times. I love it there. Love it. Been
Yeah.
to
You know, I'm from Argentina, and I never been to Brazil yet. Can you imagine?
what?
Yeah.
You have to
And
go.
they say Rio is such an amazing place, and the
It
north
is.
of Brazil is so magical, and I hope I had to go soon.
And the food.
Well,
The food. I mean, I'm a foodie. That's basically what I do is I travel and then I eat everything.
it doesn't show. Mine it shows,
Well,
but
you're only saying from here down.
that
It's
well,
not an inch.
okay, that's true. But I know I've seen you before. So
Yeah.
great. So interesting that you are like Texas, California, and Florida and New York. So you cover all the
All,
biggies.
all of it. Travel is in my family because I don't know if you know, my parents own a travel agency, and
No, I
they
didn't know.
actually,
I didn't know
yeah.
why they were moving around so much.
Well, they started the travel agency when we moved to Florida, but it's always been like it's been in the blood, you know, it's in there. And so they actually met on at the Los Angeles airport. So back
Oh,
many years ago. Yeah, so I don't know. It's always been a part of our lives.
how come? What were they doing
They
in
were
that meeting?
both on a trip and they were both heading back to New York.
Okay.
Uh, they were both in Los Angeles for work or something. I think my mom worked for the airlines at that point, and she had missed her flight. And my dad, you've met my dad. My dad's very hey, hey, hey type of a thing. And so he, she was like, "Excuse me, I'm gonna miss my flight." And then he was like, "Hey, Blondie, where are you going?"
That's fun.
She's like, "Yeah."
And I was going to say, so your mom missed the flight, and she was working for the airlines.
Yeah, she was working for the airlines, not as a flight attendant at that point, I don't think, but she was put
Hopefully not
on
as a pilot either.
no, not as a pilot. Can you imagine? The plane took off without fun. No, and so she was put on his flight, and then she gave up her first class ticket to sit and coach with him, and that's how we. I know.
Oh, that
I
is
know.
love at first sight.
I know. All right, and that's how it started. No, so travel has been kind of in the family, so I guess it's fitting that I've been all over. I love it. I'm not complaining. They're all great places.
Yeah, I mean, we are in jobs that requires us to fly, to travel a lot. I mean,
Yes.
that's it, but I mean, we can, but we definitely like to do it, so we do it. I The more I travel, the more I like it.
I know.
So
You're traveling all
it
over. Oh my gosh.
yes, it's been a very good year, and yes, it says someone is you have a lot of fun from Brazil. She has fun from everywhere.
Hey, oh my gosh. Okay, wait. We have India on the line, and we have someone in Albania, I believe. I think Matt's road trip is in Albania currently. So we got people from all over on this thread. It's
Wow,
really fun.
amazing.
Yeah, lots of
Yeah,
family.
please let us know where are you from, or where are you right now. So we love to see where you're coming, where you're telling us. Excellent. So we arrived to New York, and there was you do your schooling. How do you choose singing?
How did I choose singing? I didn't like anything else. No.
No, not true.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's true. When I was in high school, it was well, I had won a show called Star Search, which was basically like the original American Idol. And so I had won that when I was in high school, and I was kind of like, all right, I think like this is something that maybe I kind of really want to do. And so I was working with Cesar throughout high school, and then I learned my first arias to go to audition for schools. And I decided I wanted to go to a music school. And so
but
I
how do you meet Cesar? Because Cesar is a major voice teacher.
I know.
So at that point, he was living
Palm
in
Beach.
East Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Palm Beach, and I have really amazing, supportive family and parents, and so and I think that they kind of knew that I really loved it. And I think that after winning that, it was like a national competition on TV and everything. And so they were like, all right, we gotta, maybe if you really want to do this, then we need to find the right people for you.
Two things before that.
Yeah.
Before that, I imagine that you would have been one of these little kids, very cute, that love to perform even when you were 5 and 6, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I imagine you were like, even if you know the start, the very, very, very important part of all your shows through high school, right?
Yeah, it's
all right.
true.
So how did that come? Even before that, how did you discover that you love performing?
So, I mean, when I was a kid, I was just always singing. Even when I was 5, exactly, like 5 and 6, and I would go in the malls. Remember malls when we used to shop inside malls?
Yeah.
Wild concept. My mom would take me through, and I would hear the music in the background, and I was always like, there's a song in my ear. Like, there's something in my ear. There's a song in my ear. I hear music. And my mom was kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, And then she realized that I was listening to the music, and I would get very distracted by music. And I would always I have a love for performing, and I think my parents were always very supportive in being creative and whatnot, and I would teach my friends in the neighborhood to sing songs, and I was very bossy. I would be like, you sing this part, and we would record it on a tape recorder. And so music was always being played in the house. My parents aren't musicians, but my grandmother, my mom's mom, played the piano and could kind of play anything. And so that was also a big help. She was always encouraging me to sing. And some of the first songs I learned was like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then they put me in chorus. And I used to pretend. This is actually wild because I didn't find this videotape. My parents would film me on video, because I would be out in the living room performing all the time, and put on shows. And so they would film me, and I would pretend to be on Star Search. I would watch Star Search. I would watch it all the time on TV, and I would pretend to be on the show, and my mom would be, back there, and she'd be like, all right, you get, 5 stars. And then I would be like, I'm not done. And I would come back out and I would sing You Are My Sunshine. I had 2 ways of singing it. I had to sing it the pop way, and then I had to come back out and sing it the opera way.
Ooh.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know where the opera came from, but I had this I had a really great little vibrato though. I have to find the video because we had found it. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I need to get it. It's on VHS. And so then years later, when I ended up winning that show, I was going through old home videos at home in Florida and ended up finding that video. And I don't really even remember any of that, but seeing it, and then I had just won that same competition that I was pretending to be on.
Wow.
Mind blowing. I don't know. I call it manifestation. That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly were focused on that, and it worked out. And when do you? How old were you when you win the competition?
I was 15. It was right before I turned 16. Yeah. So it was this huge thing, and Ed McMahon was on it, and Destiny's Child introduced me.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was in an adult category, and I sang the song called "The Prayer," the Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion song. And my dad is from Italy, so he taught me all of the Italian. I didn't have a coach like you, but he taught me.
Your dad is from Italy?
Yeah, he was born in Croatia, in Zadar, and then they moved to mainland Italy when he was about 5.
Okay.
So he grew up there, and they had family there, and his birth certificate is an Italian citizen. That's back in the day.
You're Italian too?
Yeah, I'm everything.
Oh, great. That's so cool. Someone's saying that's going to see the Little Mermaid today.
Oh, the Little Mermaid. Michelle, that sounds awesome.
And then what did I couldn't see what Alexander said. Your songs are, I don't know, divine maybe.
Divine. Oh, thank you.
There you go. Awesome.
We have so many lovely friends here.
Fantastic. And so you're Italian and Croatian and American.
And American. My mom's from yeah.
That's fantastic. Savannah, I just
started following you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Savannah. Thank you for following us.
They're awesome.
Excellent. So, but you came to Manhattan, and were you thinking of doing a bit opera with
A little bit
crossover about?
crossover. That's kind of like where I lived. When I was in high school, I did a lot of like corporate events and private parties, and I really loved opera, but I grew up also on like musical theater and pop, and oh my gosh, I was obsessed with Celine Dion, like obsessed. Uh, Shania Twain, obsessed. I mean, I just had this. I was constantly locking myself in my room and just listening to music super loud, and I would go through albums like CD covers and cassette tapes and read through all the lyrics and just sing at the top of my lungs constantly. That was like my, I don't know, I loved it. And so when I went to MSM, I went to the Manhattan School of Music, and I wanted to focus on opera because it was kind of, that's what I was told that I should do, but also was still really interested in theater. And at that point, Manhattan School of Music didn't have like a designated musical theater program. They have like a huge theater program now.
Right.
And so they had a class that you had to audition for. And I was like, I want to audition. I want to audition. And I auditioned and I got in, and yeah. I would work with you on a lot of opera stuff, but then I feel like I always wanted to do like pop stuff at the end.
Well, we were doing mostly opera because I mean, I cannot help you with musical theater. So,
Yes,
but
you can.
opera is my thing, and I still remember doing Omeo Bambino Caro and
Oh,
Achilles.
yeah.
I mean, you were doing that beautifully.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah,
love that art. I love those.
yeah,
I
for
still
magic too.
do them. Still do
What's
them.
that?
I still do them. I still sing them in my concerts and stuff
I'm
sometimes.
sure.
So
I heard you doing Omeo Bambino no long ago.
that's right. But yeah, I mean, and that's kind of like where it all started. I mean, I loved, going to voice experience, and those are the programs that really shaped me. I feel like I learned a lot more there than I did at school. Not that like I didn't learn at school. I learned at school, but at those programs that we had, the Savannah Voice Festival, IVAI, Voice Experience, like that, we like in-depth coaching, like
Right.
all day.
And also this like full-time
Yeah.
immersion is always fun with people that are doing the same thing like 24/7 for 1 or 2 weeks. It's always fun. In fact, we're going to start our Florida program this week. So we start this weekend so if you are near Tarpon Springs,
Yeah.
Tampa, St. Pete area of Florida, and the Gulf Coast of Florida, please come to see our shows. We have several performances in the Tarpon Spring area with voice experience, and you see talent like Lawrence come in and sing their hearts for the community. Is really beautiful.
Yeah.
It is a very important part of the Cheryl Mills program. As you know, Savannah Voice Festival is part of the Cheryl Mills programs. And we do voice experience, we do Savannah Opera, we do Savannah Voice Festival, and we do a lot of music in different places. And we had an amazing New York week with our gala and a masterclass, and so we are everywhere. And one of our very, very important missions is not only to continue the legacy of Cheryl's, but certainly promotes the development and the growth of young artists like you.
Yeah.
So tell us, how do you feel about being in voice experience specifically? What do you remember? Because
Oh my gosh.
Because you were young and it was fun.
Oh my
Tell me.
gosh, it was the best time. I mean, exactly what you said. It's like a full immersion. There's so many things going on. You're a ton of different concerts and that we were always preparing for, and you meet so many wonderful other young singers, and they've become your friends for life, like for life. I have friends. I see Turkey. I have a friend in Turkey that I had from one of our programs.
Wow.
Israel, Berlin. These are people that I still communicate with. They're some of my best friends. But I just remember it was just so much fun. It was getting to do what you love to do and learning, and having the support of legends like Cheryl and other people that would be brought in. to coach and work with, and you know, you would get like one-on-one time with them, which was huge for growth. And I can really, you know, I attribute a lot to what I do now from what I learned when I was at the program of voice experience. I mean, I carry that with me all throughout my whole entire life, everything I do. You know.
Fantastic. And tell us, what do you do now? I mean,
What do I do now?
let's go. What happened after Manhattan?
So, well, when I was in college, I did an off-Broadway show, which was kind of fun. And so I kind of delved into like the off-Broadway world, and I still love all of that. And after I graduated, I ended up, well, my first ever professional opera, I say gig. Opera contract. There we go. That's probably a little more right. I was with Opera Tampa, and that was also through voice experience, you know.
Right.
And that's where I got to do Lauretta and Johnny Skiki for the first time, and play with orchestra or sing with orchestra, and you know, really put to use what I learned in the programs, but also still have that support of the people that I knew from the programs, which was really special. And so I started to do that, and then I did a little. I won Andrea Bocelli's scholarship, which was kind of fun. So that helped in Manhattan School of Music. That was before, but I ended up getting together with a gentleman named Yanni.
How did you meet him?
They had heard about me through some people, and then asked me to audition and come and sing. And originally they were like, "Can you email us some songs? Here are some." I sent them some videos that I had online, and they had seen them already as well, but I sent them anyways. And then they said, "Can you learn these songs and email them to us, record them and email them sometime this week?" And this was in November of 2010. Well, it was actually Halloween weekend, so right before November 1st. And then I said, "Yeah, sure." And it was on a Friday. I got a call at 6 p.m. And then by Sunday morning, I got another call and said, you know, "Can we fly you to meet Yanni tomorrow morning, on Monday morning?" And that was it.
Where was he? Where did you fly?
In Florida. He's in Florida. Everything's in Florida.
I know. It's very tempting.
It is. It's great weather sometimes.
I know.
But
no, it's great. I mean, again, our program is in Florida right now, and also work with Gulf Shore Opera, also in the Gulf, you know, near Naples, and it's amazing to be there, and Orlando and all that. But so you went to Florida. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
so when I landed, I got in, I landed, and they said, "We're going to take you to go get fitted." So unlike opera, for these like big concerts.
Wait. And before you meet him, you were already being fitted?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a good sign.
That was a good sign. I know. I was like, well, because I was being fitted for what they call the in-ear monitors. I don't have them here with me, and normally.
I thought it was for some costume.
No, not for a costume. It was for these in-ear monitors, which are basically like thousands of dollars to make, because they put in this like, I don't know what it is, some kind of like putty type of I don't even know what it is, but they take a mold of your ear. It looks like a hearing aid, you know, the old school hearing aids, and they make a mold of your ear, and then they send them off, and they get them done, and then they send them back, and that's your in-ear monitor for the rest of your life. Like, you can get updated ones, you should get updated ones, but they're thousands of dollars to make. And so when they picked me up from the airport, and then they drove me to this audiologist, and they were like, "All right, we're going to fit you for these in-ear monitors." And I was like, I don't even know what these are, but like, did I get the job? Like,
exactly, right?
I was like, does this mean like was, you know, of course, like, no one actually, you know, answered me directly, because I hadn't like sung in person for Yanni yet, but like, you know, it was just a little bit wild. And so I ended up getting fitted, and then taken and then sang for him the very next day. And then they said, "Okay, that's great. We leave in 5 days, and we're going to Puerto Rico, and you'll be singing for like 18,000 people, and it's a huge arena." And that was it. So it literally happened on a Friday. That's when I got the call. And then like not even 10 days later, I was singing with him. And yeah.
Wow. And
So
what repertoire did you do?
we do a lot of
But
Yanni.
then I mean that first concert.
Yeah, at the first concert, it was all Yanni's music. So I had to learn the songs. But
Right.
luckily he has one of the songs was he calls Ode to Humanity, which is kind of like a different version of, are you ready? The Lakme duet.
Oh,
Da, 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 da. That's actually, I don't know if a lot of Yanni fans know that, but it is from an opera called Lakme. And he does a different type of version and kind of, has, it's da, 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 da. It's totally different,
right,
but the same thing.
great.
So that was one of the songs. And then another song was Nikki Nana. I sang 2 songs. And I didn't tell anyone I was going. I didn't tell, and this is the other thing. I didn't tell anyone I was going, except my immediate like family, because I was like, I'm not even sure what's happening. Like, what is life? And so I walked out on stage in front of 18,000 people, and I immediately get a text message from somebody who had attended Voice Experience and was like, because we come from all over. These programs, Savannah Voice Festival, Voice Experience, the Cheryl Mills program, they bring in people from all over the world. And so I ended up knowing somebody from the program. And they're like, I just saw you walk on stage. Text messaged me. I just saw you walk off stage with Yanni. Like, what?
I
like,
know.
yeah.
Fantastic.
So I was like, I know. So I did have somebody that I knew at my very first concert. Isn't that crazy?
I'm sure a lot of other people knew, especially in Puerto Rico, because we have such a lot of Puerto Ricans coming to the programs usually.
Yeah.
So
we're all over.
yeah, excellent. So wow, that was amazing. That was fast. And
yeah, it was.
And you've been with Yanni since, right?
Been with him since. Yeah, sure. This is 13 years. So
wow. And how often does how does it work? Does he have it like a tour season and he does a bunch of concerts in 1 or 2 months, or he keep flying all the time?
It depends. It's like, it's a couple, like when we would tour in the US and Canada, sometimes we would be on the road for like a few months at a time. Normally like 2 to 3 months, depending on how hectic the schedule is. So it's usually every night is a different city.
Wow.
And then you would do maybe 3 or 4 concerts in a row, and then you would have a day off. So, and then you would have, like, after about a month of that, they would take like a week off or 10 days off for a little bit of a break, and then pick up again. And that's in the US and Canada. And so, and then overseas, sometimes we would do like I think the longest European thing that we ever did in one stint was 2 months. I don't remember if we had a break, like a 5-day break, or maybe we did, but it was, we were already over there. So we just had 5 days off there. I don't really remember. And then it depends. Like sometimes it's a couple weeks here and there, we're going to go to where we did a whole tour throughout. That's why I went to Brazil and Argentina was all with Yanni. We would do like a South America tour for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so. And yeah, it's never like set. I always kind of like tried to figure out the set dates. Usually the US and Canada tours would happen on the even years, and then overseas would happen here and there, and then a lot of times on the odd years. That's there's no rhyme or reason really.
Okay, and how many tours a year do they do?
It depends. In the beginning it was a lot. Like we would do, like I sometimes was gone for like half the year. Okay. Total, but random. Like I would bunch it into like half a year, like 6 months out of the year, but sporadic, so it was never like a 1 6-month stint. And then it kind of got a little bit less, but it's always just whenever it comes, really.
Right.
It varies. So that's that.
That's fine. And how is the process of working with Yanni? I mean, sometimes that was very close. How do you get the music? How do you coach it? How do you rehearse it? When do you change the repertoire?
every so often he'll change the repertoire. Like he'll go through usually different tours. Like every year, he'll switch up the set list a little bit, and then and the way that we would learn things is it'd just be sent music via email or whatever, and it would be like MP3 tracks or whatnot, and so you would listen to it a lot. We'll learn it basically on your own, and then right before a tour, like a big tour, we would get together. Like I specifically remember one of the South American tours that we got together in Chile, and we arrived maybe like 5 days early before the tour started, and then you rehearse for like a couple of days. Sometimes it's not that much, it's not that long of a rehearsal process. You know, you're expected to know everything beforehand, just like any other company.
Yeah.
And then you get there and you work it out. You play with the orchestra, like, and then that's it. Then the next day you're out on the road, and then you don't really have another rehearsal for the rest of the tour. You do sound check, and we'll rehearse a couple of different songs, but never like a full intense, you know, rehearsal again, unless there's like something, you know, that's like, oh, I didn't like this at all, we must rehearse this again.
Right.
But,
and Michelle, I think we're talking about this, but Michelle asks how is Yanni to work with, and I'm sure you love working with him since you've been with him such a long time, right?
I love working with him. I love working with him. I think he's great. You know, very zen, a perfectionist. I'm also the same way. I'm very much perfectionist, and supportive. You know, like, and that's encouraging too.
Right.
So that's really great.
And how many singers that fly with him?
So now, just me.
Oh wow!
It was always two. Yeah, there used to be my friend Lisa. Back when I first started, it was always the two of us. And when we first started, it was just 2 songs that we would sing at the very end of the concerts. And then as the years went on, it was like, okay, we're increasing. You know, we're going to do 3 songs. Oh, and then I had 4 songs. And then I sing a song shortly after that first tour with him. I think he kind of realized that I could sing freakishly high.
Yeah.
And because I was always backstage warming up, and he was like, how high can you sing? And I said, I can sing pretty high, Yanni. And he like played a melody on the keyboard or on the piano, and then he says, okay. So I sang it back, and then he said, okay, now sing it up the octave. And so I sang it up the octave, and it goes up to like a high F or whatever. And I was like, oh no. And so he's like, great, we're going to China in the fall. This was back in oh my gosh, I don't even remember, 2011 maybe, I think 2011. And he said, you know, we're going to China, and I haven't been back in 15 years, and we have this song, it's called Nightingale, the Nightingale, and I've done it with a Chinese flute, and I want you to be the voice of the nightingale, so we're going to rewrite the song with a vocal line. And so that was like my big song with him. So I flew down to Florida, and we worked on it in the studio for a day, and recorded it, and that was it. And so then that's what I've been known as, is like the Nightingale. And since then, you know, after that song, that was like song number 3 for me. And then we built up, you know, 5 songs. And then, you know, sometimes some tours I've only sing 1 song, which is Nightingale. So it really depends. But I ended up doing that on his PBS special. We did it in Puerto Rico in front of the fort, the El Morro.
Yeah.
And they filmed a huge concert, and I've done a 3 with him. But that one in particular is the one that Nightingale is on. And then he released, when I first did the song with him in the studio, after we did it, after I learned it and everything, he was like, this is going on my opera album. And I was like, ooh, what's an opera album? You know, like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, I'm doing it. It's Placido Domingo, Renee Fleming, Rolando Villazon. All these people are going to be a part of the opera album, and you're going to be on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is wild. So all those people that I had listened to when I was in college and, like, you know, grew up listening to, I ended up being on this album with them. I should go find it. I don't know. It's in the living room somewhere.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful to be there doing, I mean, to be part of that. And so you're not the Nightingale of Yanni's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It rained at that concert. That's right. Michelle is saying it rained almost. So when we filmed, it was outside, and it did rain the first 2 or 3 nights of the concerts, because we did multiple nights in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, um, so amazing that you do one concert and I mean, one song maybe in a concert. That's really impressive. I mean, just I guess fun to be traveling around and then sing a song and.
Yeah, I know. And my thing is like I love to be off stage, and I like after I sing, I'll come out, I'll watch. I like to watch everybody, all my friends on stage.
And is it so he wrote that song kind of not for you because there was an arrangement. Did he write any other song specifically for you?
Not specifically for me. But I would sing on other songs that he had written for singers, like different ones, like that Ode to Humanity, which he calls Aria. uh, and Nikki Nana was always for two voices. And then here and there come out during different things. Like there was a big opener that had some vocal lines in it. I don't know if I think that it was already written, but I don't know how, if it came about like, oh, we're gonna sing in this moment, like,
Great.
you know, you like wrote it for that. But yeah,
Fun. And what was the next tour you're doing with him?
I'm not sure. I hope that we're gonna be going out soon. That would be amazing.
Okay.
Cross your fingers.
It's not announced yet. Okay, wait. Fine. That's great.
Nothing announced yet.
And
So.
okay, and what else do you do in addition to Yanni, which is
In addition to Yanni,
keeping you busy, but also gives you a lot of free time?
I do. I have some free time, but I'm kind of busy.
Yeah.
I do a lot of my own solo concerts. So I tour around, and I do some concert series in performing arts centers. I just got back from Mississippi. I did some stuff in Florida. I think that's when I was chatting with you. I was in South Florida. I had 3 or so concerts down that way. And yeah, I do 90-minute shows, or however many, 45 minutes to 90 minutes. And I do a wide variety of music because that's where I came from. I do Broadway, opera, crossover, some pop stuff. I even add in a little guitar playing and some country and Western.
Oh.
Dolly Parton.
Do you do any of your own songs, or you do covers?
I do sometimes. I have done a couple of my own songs. I have written some songs. I picked up the guitar. I'm not a very good, well, you know me. I mean, you know me since I was a kid. I don't play the piano. I can plunk on the piano, but I don't really play. And so I decided that I wanted to be able to write. I felt like I had things to say because here I am. I'm always like singing everybody else's words. And of course that I feel very connected to everything I sing. But I kind of also wanted to be able to write a little bit of, of things. And so I picked up the guitar and I tried to teach myself how to play, and I don't play very well. I can't strum for the life of me. It's like I have no rhythm whatsoever. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I taught myself how to finger pick. So I can kind of finger pick, which some people are like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know, but I cannot do the other way.
Wow.
And so I've written some of my own songs, and I'll put them on my concerts every so often. And then I actually have written a few songs on the piano recently, which is, kind of fun. Very hard for me to do because I don't play, but I do chords, and then I'll be like, give them to somebody else, and have them fill it out, make it lush and beautiful is what I say.
And the lyrics?
And the lyrics I write myself. And there was a period of time I would work with some other friends too. I've written a couple songs with, actually the first song I ever wrote was with a gentleman named Marcus Hummin. And he is a fabulous writer based out of Nashville. He wrote stuff for like the Rascal Flatts, like oh my gosh, what's that? They have a really big hit. God Bless the Broken Road That Led Me Straight to You type of a song. I guess that was his song. And I got to write a song with him, but I never released it. So I have like all of this music that I have yet to release. And Jorge, I want to release them. Like I want to record them, and I want to release it. So
good.
Here's to hoping
that
can happen.
Yeah. And when you do the tour, or your own tour, so you go with how many people?
It depends. So I usually do with me solo and piano, but also I have up to like a 5-piece band that I'll bring with me, which is kind of fun. Anywhere from solo with piano up to a 5-piece. So I've also done just me, piano, and cello. That was really fun to do. I did that in Wisconsin last year. So it varies. It could be, I have to send you some pictures and some video.
And
It's fun though.
I've seen your schedule. I mean, it looks pretty busy. Outside of Yanni, all your concerts, that's going really well.
I try to
Congrats.
keep busy. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta do it.
No, it's fun. It's fun, but we love performance. So
Yeah.
the more we can do it,
And I
it's
do voiceover stuff too. I love voiceover. So right now you're in my vocal booth.
Tell us what is I know. Wow, beautiful.
My vocal booth. This is my lights.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Look at that.
I would turn you around, but like I don't know if you can even see my microphone. This is my microphone. Let's see.
All right. Wow.
This one.
High tech.
And it's covered.
If I show you my setup, it's just a bunch of box and a little. I had to create my own sound booth wherever I am. Dude, that's beautiful. And when you do voiceover, what does it mean really?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I've done some stuff for like Hulu and Netflix. I've done some dubbing. You know, if you see a show on Netflix that's mostly in a different language. Sometimes there was a German movie that came out. It was called The Four of Us. I think it's called The Four of Us Here. And I did the English dubbing. So if you watch it in English, you'll hear me as one of the main characters, one of the lead roles.
The whole movie?
The whole movie. Yeah.
How long does it take you to do a voice to dub a whole movie?
A couple days. I did it in a few days. And I did that out in LA, and then so that was kind of fun.
And you do your part by yourself?
So for that, I actually went into the studio in Los Angeles and was able to work with the dubbing director, and they play it up on a big screen before it's released, and you see all of the words in the translations, and doing it all in time. There's usually like a big microphone, and you see it like as a movie, and then they'll direct you, oh, can you actually give that, let's try that one more time. Her inflection was here on this word, and so all of the languages have come in handy from opera. It's kind of fun.
Right. I mean, that's quite amazing, because you had to remember the speed and the intention and the reaction and the colors.
Yeah.
But the good thing with opera is that you have a score and you have someone keeping the tempo. How do you keep the tempo in dubbing?
It's kind of you do it on the fly. It's actually really it's really interesting. Like, I wish I had like a script, like to look at like as I'm recording it. But they just put it up on the screen in front of you. So it's really, you don't really know what you're saying until it comes up. So you get to like read, you watch it and you read the words as, it's happening before you start recording. They'll play it like once or twice. So you get to hear what they sound like and how, and then you hear the other people speak, and then you record your part. So it's really like a quick thing. It's not like I get to study my script beforehand.
Wow.
It's very interesting. And then I've done like some other stuff for like Hulu, a TV show called Rami or Rami. I don't know how, but I did like a little exercise instructor voice in the background. You would hear me, but it's great. I love it. And then I just recorded my friend's audiobook. She wrote a children's book, which is coming out in June, and I will be sure to post that all around and everything. But so it's kind of fun. I love that. I love that as well. I love to do it all.
To read the book?
The book, yeah. So
is it long?
It's not that long. It was only, I think, like, I don't remember how many pages. Maybe 40 something pages. I can't remember.
Okay.
I have you on my iPad, so I can't look at the script. Like how many pages?
Right. No. But I wonder how long will it take to read an audiobook?
It took me. Like... We ended up having a director for that one, which was kind of fun. And it took 4 hours. We recorded it in 4 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah. And that, you do a bunch of lines, and then you pick the best of each line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder how it is when you misread something and say, "Oh, it's out again."
Yeah. or sometimes your mouth makes a weird noise and you're like, "Oh, okay, let me do that one more time." The microphones
Fun.
pick up everything.
Good. And so what's coming up for your singing world?
I know. I've got a lot of, I'm in the process of trying to record a Christmas EP. I want to get some Christmas songs done.
What kind of songs will you do?
A lot of the classics. I do like Oh Holy Night and some fun ones like Let It Snow and I'll Be Home for Christmas and that type of stuff. So I have a list of like 10, but I need to narrow it down from 10. Oh. And so trying to find time to get into the studio when everybody's available is a little bit hard because I want to do it with piano, but also like bass and drum and, you know, do that. And then I've got tours. I also headline on cruises sometimes. So I'm doing a 2-week cruise in Hawaii, which will be fun. And then I come back.
And you do a full concert there?
I do a full concert there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
45 minutes and then another day of 45 minutes. So like 2 nights out of the cruise. And that's it. That's great. I get to travel around. I've never been to Hawaii, so I'm really excited about White Christmas. Yeah, I'll have to do White Christmas, Michelle. And then do concerts. I have some upstate New York and then back, doing Midwest in December. We'll see.
Okay. In your as a solo,
just me.
That's fine.
It's a lot of
fun. Who is your pianist usually?
Shane Shag.
Oh, Jay! Oh my goodness! Shane. No, amazing.
I know Shane Shag and I have hung out ever since. I've known him probably just as long as you because we met at MSM at Manhattan School of Music.
Right. And now he's that class that you auditioned for. He's running it. So
I know.
So that's really great. Amazing. And I wonder how he had time to go on tour with you, but I'm glad that he does.
I know. I'm like, you need to hold these dates. I'm always texting him, and I'm like, are you available these dates? But, we'll see.
Fantastic. Oh, yeah. I'll say hello to
Well, that's kind of how my whole entire show started was with Shane. Right. At Manhattan School of Music, they asked me to sing because I auditioned for the opera studio, and I was the youngest person in the opera studio at MSM at that point. And they had me go out into local schools here in New York City and Harlem and do outreach and, and be a spokesperson for the school. And Shane and I did 7 songs, and that's kind of where it all stemmed from. Wow. My whole show. But yeah.
Wow, that's no, Michelle, I didn't know about Tina Turner's passing. Thank you.
Oh, I know, so sad.
Sorry about that. Thank you for letting us know. That is a loss of someone beautiful and great energy and amazing performer. And great. So, well, we had to stop.
I know.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hold on, I have to say. If you're in Florida, you must go to Tarpon Springs. If you're in the Tarpon Springs area, the programs that they run there are fantastic. The concerts, you will not be disappointed. And I'm sure you will find a lifelong, artist to follow. Or follow an artist when they're very young and see where they end up. And you guys do amazing work, and we would really be nowhere without you.
I mean, we have so many applicants, and we have an amazing group of young students that love to sing for people. So the more you come, please come. It's again Tarpon Spring, and you get more information at voiceexperience.org. voiceexperience.org with 1 E, voice experience. And you can find more information. Even if you go to our website in savannahvoicefestival.org, you can find the Tarpon Springs.
I put it in the chat.
Perfect. Yes, so voiceexperience.org. There we are. Thank you. Yeah, and we're going to do a lot of concerts. We're doing one at the Cathedral, the Greek Orthodox Cathedral, which is beautiful, and several events there. So I'm actually not in. I cannot be there because I'm here in El Paso. But so wonderful people, and Manny Perez is there, and Chad Sonka, for Maria Subis, and Cheryl Mills, and Dan Gettinger.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, and Vinja Care, and so a lot of great people going to have Marquita Lister, we have as a voice teacher. So it's really, really a fantastic group and great concerts. So please come to Tarpon Springs, Florida. All right.
Yes.
And Lauren, as always, a pleasure talking to you.
I love
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I love you guys. I totally am such huge fans of you. So lifelong fan. That's me. Right here.
Thank you. And congrats on all your wonderful projects and experiences. And you're always been a nightingale to all of us. So.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I want to come back. I want to come and see you guys.
We'll definitely have you back. Okay. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please follow us if you haven't done Savannah Voice Festival, and come to the festival. Also, the festival is amazing. We have in the music of the theater group, we're going to have a concert of post-World War II events at the Museum of the Mighty Eight. So it's under in a warplane. We're going to do concerts of songs of shows after the war, classics of mid-century. It's going to be beautiful. And then we have another concert with Carmo.
Oh yes,
Carmo is coming. He was the last PNG in Broadway, and he's going to do his own concert there. So it's really fun in Savannah. This festival happens from August 6th to August 20th, and we do 3 operas. We're going to do Dido and Aeneas, Don Giovanni, and Butterfly, your first opera.
There you go.
And as always, a lot of concerts. We do even an outdoor concerts in collaboration with the Hilton Head Symphony in Hilton Head. So a lot of fun stuff.
I love it.
You should come and visit.
I know.
You should come and visit, and I make you sing.
All right, I'll be there. You tell me when. I'll be there.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
And
we'll see you in 2 weeks in another installment of Voices of the Festival. And thank you, Laura, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
A treasure. Bye.